Hello and welcome back to the United Devils Watchalong. Today we are not looking at United, unfortunately. We are going to be looking at United's two most bitter rivals down the years, Liverpool playing Leeds United at Anfield today. Of course, we know that Liverpool won the Premier League last season and will be looking to get off on a good foot. However, Leeds promoted and finished as the champions of the Championship last season and will be also wanting to get off on a good with a good win or good performance perhaps against such a good team. Liverpool have obviously started much more strongly than they did in the Community Shield defeat. Alisson Becker returns in goal. The back four is much stronger with Alexander-Arnold returning, Joe Gomez, Van Dijk and Andy Robertson, the usual suspects in the back four. Jordan Henderson returns after a long-term injury and will be looking to orchestrate things along with Naby Keita and Jorginho Wijnaldum in midfield. Mo Salah, Sadio Mane and Bobby Firmino are the front three for Liverpool, as you'd expect, and will be looking to impress early on. On the bench for Liverpool, we have Adrian, Joel Matip, Fabinho, who returns from fitness but not enough to start, Milner, Curtis Jones, Takumi Minamino and Divock Origi, of course, with Oxlade-Chamberlain out injured and Tsimikas not featuring. Neither will Nico Williams, with the bench reduced back to 7. For Marcelo Bielsa's first Leeds United 11 in the Premier League, it's Illan Meslier in goal, Luke Ayling, Robin Koh, Pascal Struijk and Stuart Dallas are the back four. Calvin Phillips will be playing as the anchor, looking to defend as well as create the tempo for the game. Jack Harrison and Helder Costa are the wide players. Pablo Hernandez and Mateus Klich are the central midfielders. And it is a sole striker up front with Patrick Bamford, preferred to Rodrigo Moreno, the new signing, who of course is on the bench, along with Poveda Ocampo, Jamie Shackleton, Tyler Roberts, Egyan Alioski, Oliver Casey and the sub-goalkeeper Kiko Casilla. Leeds know full well that they are an inexperienced side, of course, with 5 of the players under the age of 24, and 8 of which are Premier League debutants, be it because of championship performances or from abroad. Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 8 games against Leeds United, having won 6 and drawn twice. Their last defeat coming 19 years ago at Elland Road. This is Leeds' first trip to Anfield for 4 years and will be looking to cause a shock, you have to say, as no Premier League champion has lost to a newly promoted side on the first day when they've been playing at home. So this will be a big start for Liverpool, and of course the players are going to take the knee as the game begins. Liverpool will kick off. And of course, I think it's important that the Premier League has done this, and they have decided to continue with the No Room for Racism promotion and the Black Lives Matter promotion that they began post-lockdown. And Liverpool get us underway. Mane now with the ball after a hooked pass from Henderson, but it goes out for a throw. It's going to be Luke Ayling to take it as the captain today. Tries to find Helder Costa, but it's won back by Liverpool, and Wijnaldum down the right-hand side. Look to cut left even, sorry. It's Robertson now with a throw. Of course, we saw his form drifted off at the end of the season. So did Firmino, who has the ball now. But Mane, looking to create something, has to settle for a back pass to Joe Gomez. Van Dijk playing it forward to Gomez, and now it's Salah chasing it after it, but Dallas has the ball. Looked to win a throw, but in fact conceded one. Salah again, dealt well by Dallas. And now it's Jack Harrison who wins the ball, but Trent recovers and plays it to Virgil van Dijk. Robertson on the halfway line. Has to play it back to Joe Gomez. It's Salah who's come central to find Keita, who's driven forwards quite sharply, and now it's played in Firmino, and he cuts it back. It's a save initially by Meslier and cleared, but only as far as Trent Alexander-Arnold, who fouls Pablo Hernandez, I think, and it will be a free kick to Leeds, but a bright bit of play from Naby Keita, who feeds Firmino, and he looks to just cut it back, and it's really well smothered by Meslier, who launches a kick to Dallas. And now Struijk, headed back by Gomez to Alexander-Arnold, and clips it forward after a 1-2. And Firmino now can find Salah, but it's dealt with well in the end by Robin Koch. Ayling manages to keep the ball in, but can he keep it away from Mane? He can. He's done very well there. Launches it forwards for Dallas. Chests it down nicely and feeds in, looking for Matthijs Klick, but it's now for Mane after a long pass, dealt with well by Ayling. Salah in the box, turns, shoots, it's blocked. Looked like a handball. It's going to be a penalty to Liverpool. Michael Oliver reacted instantly. Looked like it bounced after Salah shot. It's a nice turn from Salah, and it was a penalty conceded by Robin Koch, and it's really obvious. His hand is outstretched. It's hit him below the sleeve, which is the new VAR rules, and it is going to be a penalty to Liverpool. And it's the debutant, 24 years old, and it's a bad moment for him. But Salah's going to take this penalty, keep up his record of scoring in every opening day fixture for Liverpool. He's not missed a penalty. He scored all 5 he's taken. And this would be the perfect start for the reigning champions. And Salah takes it, and he's rammed it into the back of the net. It's a really, really good finish from Mo Salah. Sent the keeper the wrong way, and Liverpool are ahead on the opening day of the Premier League campaign. And Bielsa does not look happy with what he's seen. He gets up from the bucket that he positioned himself on infamously. Gives the keeper the eyes, Mo Salah, and he rockets it into the roof of the net. Straight down the middle, I have to say. But a good penalty, and a great way for Liverpool to get off the mark in their first Premier League game of the season. As I said, Salah has now scored in 4 opening day fixtures in a row for Liverpool, of course, scoring against Watford on his debut season, then West Ham, and last season against Norwich, and now against Leeds United. And it's swept over the top of Joe Gomez for Patrick Bamford, but Gomez has done well there to keep the ball, but it's put Alexander-Arnold in a bit of trouble. Nevertheless, the youngster has earned a throw for his side after it deflected off Jack Harrison, I think. But let's have a look. Again at the penalty, it's Salah hits, and I think it deflects off his own knee and then hits his arm, but I don't think he can have many complaints. He didn't complain at all himself. Keita's pass deflected, but a lovely touch from Firmino. Henderson looks to sweep the ball clear to Robertson, and there's space for Liverpool on the left, but Robertson cuts inside, finds Mane, and Keita looked like he was fouled. Henderson can recover. He's looked very lively. People were questioning whether he should be starting after the long-term injury, but he's looked really sharp in the first 5 minutes. Salah now on the edge of the box. Mane back to Salah, shoots again, deflected again. Helder Costa recovers. Firmino's won the ball, but conceded the throw on the Leeds right-hand side. But Liverpool looking sharp from the off. I think they'll want to make a statement after losing on penalties to Arsenal, and the way they did so with the really poor penetration from the attack, unable to really break through the Arsenal back five. But they've broken through Leeds after just 4 minutes, and a cross from Jack Harrison is sliced by Van Dijk, really, but it was powerful enough it went out for a throw down the Leeds left-hand side. And look for Harrison again, but it's cleared as far as Robin Koch. But it will be out for a Liverpool throw after the Germans' clearance was, or rather long ball was allowed to go out by Alexander-Arnold. It's interesting that Bielsa has named quite a young centre-back pairing of the German debutant and Pascal Struijk, who's also very young, 21 years old. Only his 6th appearance for Leeds United, actually. And although they are flanked by 2 experienced wingers wing backs in Ayling and Dallas, will be interesting to see how they handle Liverpool's rampant front three. It's Helder Costa now, though, on the centre of the park. Finds space down the right-hand side, and Bamford has got a bit of time to run. He has to play it back, though. Ayling. It's now Pablo Hernandez, who puts in a lovely cross. It's headed out by Gomez, only as far as Click, and it hits Harrison, and it's Helder Costa, and he finishes, but the flag is up. Looked like he was going to be offside anyway, as he dallied on the ball, waiting for the flag to go, but Liverpool relatively lucky to have that offside. It's a lovely cross from Pablo Hernandez that's really poorly defended by Gomez because he doesn't get it far enough away, but it's returned well, and Harrison plays in Costa, who is about half a metre offside, and it was a lovely finish, but to no avail, and Liverpool get away with it. It's Robertson to Mane, being tracked all the way by Ayling, and he's got past him though. Mane found Firmino. Henderson playing as the anchor without Fabinho in the team. And Gomez pass is sloppy, but Alexander-Arnold and couldn't quite get it under control. Salah has now. It's Firmino to Wijnaldum, back to Salah. Robertson to Mane. And there's a nice pass into Robertson. The cross was deflected and Leeds can clear. But it will be back with Liverpool and Joe Gomez. It's Wijnaldum to Van Dijk. Long pass, searching for Salah. It's headed back to the goalkeeper by Jack Harrison, who, you have to say, Leeds wingers have been tracking back really nicely and have been really solid. It's just a shame about the penalty they did concede, which was a bit of an error, because I reckon had he had his hand in, I don't think that would have been a goal. But Keita now on the ball. Defended well by Stuart Dallas, and now Leeds can counter. It's a chance for a ball into Harrison, but it's defended well by Alexander-Arnold. It's Salah to Mane, about 30 yards out. Looking for Salah again, it's deflected, but back to Keita. Dallas recovers. It's with Klitsch. And now Harrison, and there's space ahead, and Hernandez is through. There's a chance for Leeds United. It's deflected, defended well by Virgil van Dijk in the end, and back with Alisson. It was a really poor defending from Joe Gomez, who sees Pablo Hernandez's run, and no one tracks his run at all. Henderson doesn't either, and Van Dijk comes across, and his long trailing leg defends that in the end, but Liverpool were opened up quite easily. It's now Calvin Phillips with a long pass, looking for Jack Harrison's lovely control, and he gets past Alexander-Arnold and Gomez, and has a shot, and he scores! Brilliant goal from Jack Harrison. And Leeds United level. And that is a brilliant bit of attacking play from Jack Harrison. And Anfield sees a goal against them for the first time in a long time. Really lovely bit of control and a fantastic finish at the near post. Great pass from Calvin Phillips. Great touch to get past Gomez and Alexander-Arnold, and what a finish. Brilliant goal. And in the 12th minute, Jack Harrison scores for Leeds United. Haven't been keeping up with the score updates, but they are now updated, and it is Leeds United level after 12 minutes, so Liverpool's early work is undone. And now Alisson's long clearance is collected by Mane and brilliantly found Firmino as well. Great first touch. Now Naby Keita to Salah on the right hand side. He's looking to get past Dallas. Feeds Keita in on the edge of the box. Looks for the cutback to Firmino. And it's cleared again by Leeds, who are defending valiantly after that early shock. Back with Liverpool and Virgil van Dijk on the halfway line. Robertson to Mane. Lovely pass, looking for Salah. Slightly overhit, but Salah can keep it in. Great play from him. Keita back to Salah. Alexander-Arnold looking for Keita. It's defended well again by Leeds, and now they can counter again. And this is causing a lot of problems for Liverpool, but the pass by Klitsch was overhit and couldn't get under Hernandez's control. Back with Alexander-Arnold, whose sloppy pass actually must have been deflected, but Liverpool retain possession with Henderson. Klopp's not happy with his team, and quite rightly so. It was a really poor goal to concede from their perspective, but a fantastic one from Leeds. This is Harrison's 11th goal in his 90th appearance for Leeds. So not one to score a lot of goals, but that one was a fantastic one, and what a way to make a Premier League debut. But now Liverpool again looking for a winning goal perhaps, or in fact a goal to give them the lead. And Mane's driving run only resulting in a goal kick in the end after some great defending from Luke Ayling on his 155th appearance for Leeds United. An experienced player, the captain, the vice-captain overall, with, I believe, Ejan Alioski on the bench. But seems that this Leeds United team might offer something a little bit different to what perhaps we may have been expecting a few days ago. It's now with Jack Harrison again. Back to Phillips. Lovely pass into Pablo Hernandez, but it's now back with Klitsch after the initial clearance from Gomez again. Hernandez clips it in towards Bamford. It's collected by Alisson confidently and nips that Leeds attack in the bud. I will obviously be answering questions throughout this, so if you do have any, please comment below on the live chat and I'll get to them as soon as I can. But for the moment, Mane chips the goalkeeper and scores against the goalkeeper from about 40 yards out. But the flag is up. It looked like the goalkeeper had decided he was going to sweep and clear the ball after a long pass out of nowhere from Joe Gomez. A fantastic ball looking for Robertson, who is offside, and the keeper clears, but really poorly. Mane scores in the end, a fantastic chip, but Robertson was offside, so it's not going to count. Shocking bit of goalkeeping there from the 20-year-old, but hopefully he'll he'll be able to recover after a bit of a shocking start. But Liverpool looking to find a goal to give them the lead, and it's Robertson. Back to Firmino, who's come central, looking for Keita. He's got through one, but it's cleared in the end by Struijk. Corner for Liverpool. You have to say Liverpool are seemingly having the same problems as they did before. In fact, it's not going to be a corner, it's going to be a goal kick, but they're having the same problems they've been having in the latter stages of last season, where they've struggled to break teams down. Because at the moment, Leeds are defending valiantly and rigidly, but Salah now coming through, can't deal with it, and Leeds again defend exceptionally. Harrison gets the ball away, and now Klitsch, and now Leeds can counter again. It's found Hernandez. Klitsch bodies forward down this left-hand side. It's whipped in towards Helder Costa, who misses his header, but the ball is recycled to Ayling. And now it's Hernandez back to Ayling, defended well by Robertson. But Mane loses out. Robertson can collect nonetheless. And Mane back with the ball. Plays it back to Keita. And lucky no one was pressing Liverpool, because that was a sloppy pass from the Senegalese international. And now Salah looks for, I think, Firmino, but hits Wijnaldum instead. Back with Meslier. And Koch. Hernandez on the right-hand side looking for the long pass towards Bamford. He's found him, but just mistimed his jump. Couldn't bring it down. Back with Liverpool. Won back well by Phillips. Pascal Struijk to Harrison. Back to the Dutch international at the back. And Dallas. Leeds happy to just keep possession for a little bit. But certainly an impressive start. And the long pass looking for Helder Costa was overhit, and Alexander-Arnold can collect. As I was saying, Liverpool do struggle to break teams down when they're rigid. And they're going to need, I think, maybe an extra signing. This is why I think they should have signed Thiago Alcantara. Looking more and more unlikely that that will happen. But at the moment, Liverpool with a dangerous corner, in fact. Looked like the referee changed his mind. But Liverpool with a corner. It's going to be Robertson to take an out-swinging one. Clips it in. Looking for Van Dijk. But scored! It looked like it just went and the keeper held it, but I think he pushed it over the line. It's a goal for Liverpool. They are going to check it. But great assist from Robertson, and Van Dijk completely free. Whipped in. Great header, and the keeper carried it over the line in the end. It's really poor from the defender Robin Koch, but who loses Van Dijk. Just too strong for him, completely free, and the keeper probably should catch that, but maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because it looked a powerful shot. But Van Dijk scores his first goal of the season, and his sixth. Well, he scored 5 last season, and he's got up to a good start this season as well. 20 minutes gone, and Liverpool regain the lead, and it's Virgil van Dijk with the header. But Leeds now still looking confident. Ayling looking to get past Wijnaldum and Henderson and feed through Bamford, who's through, and he's trying to round Alisson, but he's done well, the goalkeeper. It's back with Klitsch, who clips it in. Looking for Harrison. It's cleared by Van Dijk. Dallas. Tracked back by Salah. Well defended by Salah, but loses out to Harrison, who concedes the throw. But Leeds almost got back into the into the game instantly, and you have to say Bamford, if he was a little bit more confident, would have just tucked that past Alisson instead of trying to round him. But Phillips playing into Harrison, who was offside, and that will be a free kick to Liverpool on their right-hand side. But it's a lovely bit of play from Luke Ayling, the right-back, who dribbles past three players, feeds in Bamford, who looks to round Alisson, who, credit where credit's due, does really well to come out and smother the chance. And then the cross in from Klitsch is cleared by Trent in the end, actually. But a really good bit of play from Leeds, who certainly don't seem like they're disheartened by conceding again. But Liverpool will know that their defence has been shaky. And you have to say, last season against Norwich in the opening day, their defence was equally quite concerning. Not to mention the fact that Alisson got injured early in that game and had to suffer through Adrian's appearances for Liverpool. But Liverpool still with the lead. Van Dijk giving it, and now looking for Salah, but it is overhit. And back with Meslier in goal, who you have to say hasn't really covered himself in a lot of glory since, well, for the first 22 and a half minutes. But honestly, it's always worrying when the defences for both sides are that, well, flimsy. I understand that Leeds are missing someone, but that is arguably Liverpool's strongest defence, and it is showing signs of weakness. I think Joe Gomez obviously hasn't really kicked on post-lockdown. He was pretty shocking, and started for England against Iceland and almost gave away their lead with a 91st minute penalty conceded. But looks like Leeds almost conceded possession in the edge of their box. Ayling clears in the end, as far as Robertson, who heads out for a throw. And on the right-hand side with Ayling. Former Arsenal Academy graduate Ayling, but made his mark for Leeds United. He's just given the ball away. It's Keita again to Firmino. Given away, Helder Costa. Back to Ayling, all the way back to the young French goalkeeper. And now Struijk. And that's given away again by Leeds, and Mane to Keita. Back to Mane. Threads it through to Henderson, who has a hit straight at Meslier. And he's collected it a lot more easily than the last shot he faced. But it's a nice hit from Henderson with his laces, and but it is straight at the goalkeeper. And back with Leeds, who hit it long, looking for Harrison, finding him. Calvin Phillips under pressure, gives the ball away, but Leeds have it back and immediately give it away to Salah. It's Firmino now, threading through Mane, but it's collected by the goalkeeper again. Not quite on the money. As I say, if you have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss during this watch along, please comment on the live chat and I'll answer them as soon as I can. I'll also be doing a man of the match on the strike of the 90th minute, and have your say on that too. But for the moment, it's looking like Liverpool will maintain their lead. But Leeds are looking dangerous on the counter, because Liverpool know that a 2-1 lead is flimsy and will want to get a 2-goal margin. But Helder Costa on the counter, looking for Ayling, finding Ayling. He's looking to get past Wijnaldum himself. Hernandez with the first time cross is blocked by Mane, effortlessly, cleared by Robertson. It's back with Struijk and Koch. To Struijk, and now Phillips with the long pass, looking for Harrison. Lovely pass again. but I think Harrison's been chalked off as offside, and it will be back with Liverpool. In a game you would have expected Liverpool to dominate possession, they really haven't, and the sloppy passing in midfield is costing them points. I think they are costing them possession, and they are missing Fabinho, who dictates the play, and it allows Henderson to press, and then you have Wijnaldum, who just sits there, and I'm not quite sure what he offers this team. But Van Dijk's now given it away. Helder Costa to Phillips, cut out by Henderson. Robertson now. Long pass looking for Salah. It's cut out by Dallas. Back with Robertson, who clips it in again. It's, oh my goodness me. It's sliced clearance by Pascal Struijk, and it looked like it was going to go in the back of the net, if not for young Illan Meslier, who had to tip it over the bar. But it's a poor clearance by Dallas, and then an even worse one by young Pascal Struijk, and it almost catches the goalkeeper off guard, but he manages to recover really well and saves. But another corner defended well by Leeds this time. Back with Alexander-Arnold and Gomez, and all the way back to Alisson. But the defending has been seriously questionable for both sides. But it's back with Meslier, and Ayling dispossessed, or rather gives the ball away. Firmino, now Mane, shifting it nicely to Naby Keita. Salah on the edge of the box, cuts in, cuts back, gets past one, finds Keita, who hits it, blocked by Struijk. And now it's with Helder Costa on the counter. He's got Henderson for company. He's bursting past him. Gomez now, through ball, looking for Bamford, is collected again by Alisson. Not quite good enough. And the long pass is collected by Meslier, as Liverpool's passing again really fails to connect. Back with the German defender, Koch. Ayling. Interestingly, the stats for the front three for Liverpool have dropped substantially in the last 3 years. It was 91 when Salah joined in 2017. It was 67, I think, the season after. And then last season was 57. But now there's a chance for Bamford, who scored! And it's an awful mistake from Virgil van Dijk. Awful mistake. And Bamford gets a rare Premier League goal. But VAR may look at this. But it looks like Liverpool have conceded a second. Let's have a look at this again. It's a long kick by Meslier, finding Dallas effortlessly. Klitsch again, and Dallas is completely unmarked. And it's a long pass looking for Bamford. It's really poor. And Van Dijk just stupidly flicks it, not really seeing what's behind him. And Bamford just collects it easily, and he finishes past Alisson, hits his leg. There shouldn't be any kind of problem with this, I don't think. And it should be a goal for Leeds United. Bamford obviously missed that chance earlier, but has scored this one. And it has been given. And Leeds United equalise again. And it's now Robertson, cut out by Ayling, who's been fantastic. Both fullbacks have been exceptional for Leeds United. And it's now with Koch, looking for Klitsch, but it's cut out. And a long pass looking for Mane is really overhit by Salah, and it will be a goal kick to Leeds. But a shot goal for Patrick Bamford, his first Premier League goal for 3 years, since May 2017, I think, for Middlesbrough. Of course, he scored double figures in his last 3 seasons in the Championship. Oh, now Meslier almost gives that ball away, but has done very well to find Koch, and it's now cleared. Long for Bamford, but it's collected this time and properly by Virgil van Dijk. Back with Henderson. Gomez to Salah. Firmino now. Back to Van Dijk. Mane. Shrugged off the ball by Ayling. Fouled by Hernandez in the end, and it will be a free kick to Liverpool. Mane's stayed down for the moment. I think he will be okay, just maybe winded. It's just a shove by Ayling and then clattered into by Pablo Hernandez. He's using all his experience at this point. His 480th senior appearance, the Spaniard. But a chance for Robertson on the set piece again. Already has 1 assist so far this game. Whips another ball in, looking for Van Dijk. It's headed out by... But hit again, and a fantastic hit by Mo Salah, and he scores. It's a great goal. It looks like he'd missed a very muted celebration, but he has in fact scored, and a fantastic hit. 33 minutes gone, and it is a 5-goal thriller so far. How many more are we going to get today? How many more is Salah going to get today? 33rd minute, and Salah's got a brace. A long ball looking for Van Dijk. It's headed out poorly, and then Salah, one touch, and bang. Salah scores, and it's a big goal. It's a great goal, and Liverpool have the lead for the 3rd time this game. Lovely touch. It's a really, really poor header again by Struijk, and top corner, Meslier's got no chance there, but Leeds United will have to try and equalise for a 3rd time. Bamford was almost through, but it's cut out again by Gomez. Salah dancing his way through Dallas. Looked to get past Struijk, but it's cleared by the Dutchman this time, and properly for a throw. It is a very exciting game to watch, actually, but it's just a shame that it's 2 teams that are such bitter enemies of Manchester United, but nonetheless, a fantastic game. And Alexander-Arnold looking for a long pass, looking for Robertson, just overhit and evades the Scotsman, and it will be a goal kick to Leeds. Really nice idea, but neither side have really grasped the idea of compact defending. I say that, it's really more individual errors for both sides that are conceding them games, and obviously really great finishes, all 5 of them really. But I think there will be warnings enough, and in about 10 minutes when the half-time whistle blows, you have to say I think both managers will be giving their teams a stern word. But it is with Leeds at the moment, and Dallas back to Struijk, all the way back to Meslier. Liverpool not really pressing as much as we've seen in recent years, but something we've become accustomed to last season. They've adapted their game not to exert all their energy, and often winning games late on and getting those 1-0 victories we see in title winners, and they won the title obviously last season emphatically, and will be a big uphill challenge, you have to say. Instead of the almost effortless win last season, there will be a much more uphill challenge this season, I think, for Liverpool to up it, really. And Ayling now trying to up Leeds' chances, but it's given away by Click. And I think it's a foul against him. And the referee didn't like how quickly that was taken, and he will bring it back. Michael Oliver, experienced referee, but one who was held with a lot of criticism last season, especially with the VAR controversies involving handballs and offsides, etc. And he was one of those that were heavily criticised, along with Anthony Taylor and Jonathan Moss, for their really kind of controversial decisions. But this one was less controversial as Henderson takes the free kick. Looking for Robertson, defended well by Helder Costa. Of course, has experience in Premier League football. He's one of the very few that has. Of course, Pablo Hernandez and Patrick Bamford being the other ones who have played in the Premier League. Of course, Helder Costa never really settled down at Wolves and was loaned out to Leeds last season and signed permanently in January. Ayling fouled this time. Looks to get it up quickly with Calvin Phillips. Pablo Hernandez finding Klitsch, and now Ayling. Helder Costa keeping it in brilliantly. And back with Hernandez, but Klitsch didn't quite read the pass, and it's with Alisson. And I think he's just trying to slow the tempo down and just try and keep Liverpool a little bit calm, because things have, when they start to panic, alarm bells start ringing. But it is with Wijnaldum. Back to Robertson. Henderson. Just sitting. Finding Trent. Salah. To Keita. Loses out to Harrison, but Salah's won it back. And it's a chance now for Keita, dancing into the box. But it's cleared by Robin Koch. Alexander-Arnold to Salah. Who's looking for Alexander-Arnold, but it's defended well by Stuart Dallas. Henderson looks to find a pass, but it's sloppy. Cleared by Struijk. Lost out by Phillips, though. Who's recovered it now. Bamford to Click. But Wijnaldum pounces on the sloppy pass. Henderson looking for Mane. Defended well by Ayling. Headed out by Dallas, but only as far as Henderson, who scoops it to Salah. Manages to keep it in. Shifts it back to Van Dijk where there's actually space, because Leeds are doing a lot of pressing. And Robertson now on the edge of the box, looking to get past Pablo Hernandez, but his clearance is now only recycled to Wijnaldum, and it's Firmino. It's cleared again by Dallas, but only as far as Henderson. Salah flicks it for Mane, and there's a chance. A good save by Meslier, and it is offside. I thought it would be, but of course, with the new regulations, the flags are going to be delayed, and they're always going to be delayed in uncertain calls, just so that play can continue and VAR can reassess. It actually looks like Mane was onside, so if that had counted, VAR would have actually looked at that and overruled the decision. Dallas, brilliant control again, finding Klitsch and got it back again. Looks to feed in Harrison. It's deflected back to Salah, actually. And now a chance for Keita. Wijnaldum on the edge of the box. Look for Mane. In, curves shot. It's blocked, but it's blocked again. Brilliant defending from Ayling. And it will be a corner for Liverpool. 5 minutes to go in this first half, and fantastic attacking play, and finally some great defending play from Ayling, who's actually been probably one of the best players on the pitch. Robertson with a corner, in swinging, defended well. Now with Klitsch, who looks to play in Costa on the counter. Gomez dealt well with that. Back with Alisson. Keita. Alisson launches one, looking for Robertson. Is really overhit. It will be a throw, but not in a dangerous position. As I said, with 5 minutes to go, if you do have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss now or during half time, please comment below on the live chat and I'll answer them as soon as I can. It is going to be, I think, not too many minutes of added time. There's not been many VAR decisions needed. No drinks breaks, no real injury time or injuries at all. Henderson with a fantastic pass looking for Salah, and Salah couldn't find Firmino with the same amount of accuracy, and it's back with Calvin Phillips, who's been equally fantastic for Leeds United. Pablo Hernandez, who's drifted on to the right-hand side. Ayling with Phillips, plays it back to Koch. Apologies for the pronunciation, I'm trying to be very careful. But Ayling now winning a throw, winning yards ahead. But Hernandez looking for Bamford and found him just, but it's nicked away by Naby Keita. Think for a throw for Leeds. He's claiming that he got a deflection on the way, but the referee's not having it. It's going to be Ayling. I think he might try for a long throw, maybe. Of course, omens are good for Liverpool. While Jordan Henderson plays for them, he only lost once in the Premier League last season while he was playing. In the 30 games he played for, obviously his injury concerns will be more worrying. But he's looked fine. He's looked fit and strong in the midfield. And I think with Fabinho in there, I think that's two of Liverpool's midfield positions sorted. I just still think they do need another attacking midfielder, which would offer far more options than Wijnaldum, who I'm baffled as to why he's actually valued, because I don't see how much he offers that someone like Thiago could. But it's back with Leeds Leeds defenders, and it's Koch to Ayling. And Phillips now, with time on the ball, shifts it to Klich. Finds Harrison. And Costa now. Through ball into Klich again. And Costa, was he brought down? Referee says no. Was Salah with the challenge, I think. And now it's Mane. Chance to thread in Alexander-Arnold. Has to track back, defended well by Phillips. Harrison. VAR has said no penalty. It's Dallas now to Klich. And Phillips with a long pass. Searching, looking for Harrison, who's ventured onto the right-hand side and looked to get past Wijnaldum, but the touch was poor and gave the possession to the Dutchman. Mane. Wijnaldum loses out to Ayling. It's now back with Harrison. It almost looks like the wingers and the wing-backs are interchangeable, which is an interesting shift, because it will mean that the full-backs might be tracking the wingers. The wing-backs, and the wingers are tracking wingers, which could be a problem. And now Van Dijk almost gave possession away to Klich, but in the end, Alisson's smart thinking prevented another error. Let's have a look at this call. I think Salah gets a bit of the ball as well as Costa, so no penalty there for sure. Gomez with a long pass, looking for Sadio Mane. Ayling covering at the moment on his own. He's done very well to get the ball through Mane, really, without actually hitting Liverpool's number 10. It's going to be 2 added minutes. As I've said, if you have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss in the break, please comment below and I'll get to them as I can. But it's looking like Liverpool are going to go in with a lead, albeit a slim one. And Leeds probably deserve an equaliser, but I'm not sure if they're going to get it right now. They might want to bring on Rodrigo or even Tyler Roberts, who both offer a lot in attack. Maybe even Poveda Ocampo or Alioski, but they can't make all 4 because the Premier League has, of course, reverted back to 3 substitutions as opposed to the 5 that were permitted in the post-lockdown matches. Now a long pass looking for Bamford. He might have been offside, but it's irrelevant with Robertson heading back to Alisson, who's playing for time at the moment. Gomez. Finding Salah. Plays it back to Alexander-Arnold, and he sweeps it wide to Van Dijk. Probably wasn't actually expecting that. Recovered well, though. Gomez to Keita. Back to Henderson. Liverpool just happy to keep possession, happy to see out the half. 10 seconds left. I think we might be able to hear what the shouting from the from here with the dressing room, and that is it for the first half. Liverpool 3-2 up after a ding-dong battle, as you'd say. Salah opening the scoring for Liverpool with a penalty. Equalised 8 minutes later by Jack Harrison with a fantastic bit of play from him and Calvin Phillips. Van Dijk then found Liverpool's lead again with a thumping header. But Bamford equalised after Van Dijk found Liverpool the lead. He conceded pretty much all by himself as he allowed Bamford to poach the ball and steal it past him. And then in the end, Salah has found the lead for the third time for Liverpool and his second of the game. And it is going to be Liverpool leading as they go in for the second half, which will begin in 15 minutes' time. As I said, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss in the meanwhile, comment on the live chat and I'll get to them just before the second half starts. But until then, see you in 15. Hello and welcome back to the United Devils watch along for Liverpool versus Leeds United. For those of you just joining us now, you might be aware of the scoreline but not aware of what's happened. 4 minutes in, Liverpool win a penalty and Salah rifles it into the top of the net, sending Ilham Meslier the wrong way. And then, Liverpool looked like they were going to double the lead. They had a few chances, but the passing wasn't really good enough. And then a fantastic bit of play between Calvin Phillips and Jack Harrison, and the number 22 for Leeds United dribbled past Trent Alexander-Arnold, dribbled past Joe Gomez, and slotted the ball past Alisson's near post to score on his Premier League debut. For Leeds United, 8 of the current players actually made their debut today. Then Liverpool got back into the lead through a fierce header from Van Dijk. Really poor defending from Robin Koch, and pretty poor goalkeeping as well from Meslier. But Liverpool then found their lead 2-1. It was almost immediately cancelled out, I think, by, 10 minutes down the road it was cancelled out because Van Dijk then basically conceded the goal after his, I think Jamie Carragher called it arrogant pass, was intercepted by Patrick Bamford, and he slotted it past Alisson through his leg for his first Premier League goal in 3 years. And then you thought, well, could Leeds snatch the lead for the first time in the game? And the answer was no. Liverpool snatched the lead for their third time in this match, and it was a fantastic left-footed rocket from Mo Salah, who scored his second of the game and established Liverpool's lead. But Liverpool, for the rest of the half, couldn't quite find the second goal, the second goal difference to really settle the scoreline. And I think this is going to set up a really exciting second half, in which I'm hoping to see the likes of Rodrigo Moreno and Tyler Roberts come on. Of course, Tyler Roberts isn't exactly a new signing, but it's certainly an exciting one. But Rodrigo Moreno is both, of course, their record signing and almost a steal for 27 million from Valencia. Experienced player who, obviously, the pulling power of Marcelo Bielsa is exceptional, you have to say, and it showed here. But Leeds will get us up and running in this second half very soon. And will, I think, be Patrick Bamford to set it up. And we're underway now. And it is Hernandez back to Ayling, who I think was one of the standout performers in that first half. Certainly the young centre-back pairing for Leeds United was under fire quite a lot and made a few errors which conceded the goals. Dallas had a fairly good half, despite being against one of the more dangerous wingers in the world, let alone the league. And Bamford with a lovely bit of skill, but unfortunately offside, so will be chalked off. No changes to the starting 11s either, should say. And if I'm not mistaken, the difference in lag is a mere 5 seconds, which is to the actual scoreline. So that's good to hear. Should say is that it is going to be interesting to understand what would have happened in the dressing rooms at half time, because both sides were awful defensively, and that's really been the difference, is that Liverpool have pounced on 3 moments and Leeds have only pounced on 2. So we'll have to see what both managers have said and what happens in this second 45 as Henderson intercepts and Van Dijk hits the ball long, looking for Firmino, but Robin Koch has the ball. Meslier, who looked rather shaky, but pulled off an impressive save in the later stages of that first half. is back with Robertson, but the poor touch, and it will be a throw to Leeds United. Of course, Liverpool haven't actually... This is the first time they've travelled to Anfield in 4 years, and they lost 2-0 in that match. Leeds, of course, first time in the Premier League for so long. They'll be looking to stay, and they've obviously aware of the stats that it's been 11 years since all three of the bottom sides were promoted and then relegated. All the three sides that were promoted were relegated. So they'll be hoping that they're going to be the best of the three that were promoted last season. Of course, Fulham already started their campaign in a poor manner, losing 3-0 at home to Arsenal. West Brom take on Leicester tomorrow. Slaven Bilic back in the Premier League after his dismissal from West Ham in 2016. But Liverpool looking to get that 2-goal cushion. And Salah to Firmino, back heel to Keita. Firmino again on the edge of the box, into the box now, slot to Mane. It's Wijnaldum. It's saved by Meslier. And held in the end. Brilliant save. Or rather, I'm not quite sure how close that was to the French goalkeeper. But Wijnaldum had all the time in the world. And actually it is a brilliant save by Meslier, whose reactions and a big hand prevented the Dutchman from scoring. And he held it as well, which was crucial because Mane was lurking and so was Salah. But now Liverpool try and keep the ball. It looked like it hit Henderson's hand, but will be a throw to Leeds United nonetheless. Stuart Dallas. Lovely pass for Ayling, whose back pass was weak, but Meslier has done very well there to clear it, and he's questioning what Ayling was doing. It's going to be Robertson to take a throw. It's actually swapped it for Trent for some reason. Oh, now Mane's given that away really poorly in a dangerous area. It's Bamford who looks for a shot. It's blocked by Van Dijk. Back with Costa. Poor pass. And it's with Robertson. Looking for the long pass for Firmino, who won't get there. And Meslier has possession of the ball again. Phillips, who I think really, after having his England debut against Denmark, was really rather sloppy, heavily criticised for it. He looked really out of depth. I think he's really shone this game and proved a lot of doubters wrong. And now Helder Costa on the edge of the box, cuts in, cuts through. Looked like he was fouled, questioning whether he was fouled by Keita. He's going to say he must be thinking, how is it not either a penalty or a throw to Leeds? But nonetheless, it is actually going to be a Liverpool throw, I think. But it's won back initially by Struijk and then by Phillips. But Phillips actually won possession of the ball, I think. It's a throw. It will be Pablo Hernandez. Leaves it for Dallas. Back to the Spaniard. Now Phillips. Under pressure, but finds Coke. But he loses out with a long pass. And now Mane send Liverpool forwards. It's Wijnaldum though. And so he trademark plays it backwards. And it's with Henderson, whose long pass looks for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he wins a throw instead of possession on the pitch anyway. But a nice through ball looking for Salah, who's left it for a corner after the deflection from Struijk. As I said, if you had any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss, please comment below on the live chat, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. We'll also be doing man of the match in the 90th minute. But short corner taken quickly by Alexander-Arnold, deflects off Salah, off a Leeds player, and it will be another corner for Liverpool. It's an outswinging one from the young fullback. Whips it in better this time towards Van Dijk. It's over the bar this time. Certainly not allowed the same amount of freedom he was for his goal in the 20th minute. But you would probably expect him to do a lot better there. Of course, as I said, the Manchester clubs haven't played this match week as... Of course, they were in the Champions League and Europa League respectively, and so will feature again next week. Never mind about that. Salah now on the ball after a really poor goal kick. It's Firmino getting past a few, but defended well in the end by, I think, Robin Koch, and is back with Leeds. And Phillips lost out to Henderson, who's got players up ahead of him. Salah to Firmino, loses the ball in the box. Henderson wins it back, but Click can keep possession, and Bamford, good strength, fouled by Joe Gomez. Will be Jurgen Klopp protesting at that, but I don't think he can really have too many complaints. Is with Pablo Hernandez, who initially loses the ball but wins it back and keeps possession well with a first-time pass, albeit back to the goalkeeper, but under heavy pressure there. It is back with the German defender. And Ayling, who's not really been allowed to venture forward. Neither fullbacks have actually really ventured forward in this second half so far. But the centre-back now finds Stuart Dallas. Looks to get past Naby Keita, but blocked out for a throw. I think Bielsa's looking for changes. I could see perhaps Bamford coming off. Maybe Helder Costa's not really looked sharp enough. But nice bit of link-up. Doesn't really result in anything special. Jack Harrison and Pablo Hernandez. But it's going to be a throw to Liverpool instead. Mane. Good strength to deal with Ayling, who's gone all the way to the other side of the pitch to stop Sadio Mane. As I said, Leeds actually have got more possession. Have got 52%, and you can really tell that Leeds have been, both teams have been really sloppy, but certainly Liverpool far more than the newly promoted side. And Mane with good strength, but the pass was poor and Salah couldn't get it under possession. Henderson now, sloppy pass himself, finds only Helder Costa, who looks to burst past Naby Keita. Finds Phillips. To Klitsch now is through, and there's a chance for him to get past Joe Gomez. It's won by the Englishman, will be a throw in a dangerous area, but a lovely pass from Pablo Hernandez, I think. He's onside Click and just doesn't have the pace to get past Joe Gomez, who in the end defends well. Ayling now lost out, but wins it back. Clatters through Sadio Mane, but wins it fairly. Wijnaldum to Robertson. Liverpool being pressed all the time by Leeds United, but they don't win the ball. Henderson now. Lovely pass looking for Salah, who lost possession. Dallas. Back to Meslier. Leeds really haven't got the same number of chances they did in the first half. But now I'm saying that's a long ball to Jack Harrison, who chips Alisson. And it's conceded. It is an own goal, but the flag is up. Flag has gone up. Some catastrophic errors from Liverpool. But it looks like Jack Harrison is going to be ruled as offside. I think he is offside. Just off. It's Gomez's trailing leg where there may be some controversy, but it was a lovely find. And it was a great chip initially. And Trent Alexander-Arnold tries to head the ball away from the goal, but only ends up heading it back and into the net. I think he'll be so relieved that the flag has gone up, but he's hoping that Joe Gomez won't his trailing leg won't be playing him onside even. But substitution's been made by Jurgen Klopp, and it is a surprise one really. Naby Keita's come off, and it's going to be Fabinho to come on, which will probably mean that Henderson plays as more of a ball-winning midfielder, box-to-box, in fact, instead of an anchor. But I'm still a bit surprised that Wijnaldum hasn't come off, because he's really offered nothing at all. And I think Keita's offered a lot more energy and a lot more forward passing, really. But Leeds clear at the moment. Ayling. Bamford's header is cut out, but the long pass. And now Calvin Phillips' header is cut out as well. And Salah plays it back to Henderson, whose first time cross is looking for Mane, collected by Meslier. Bravely, you have to say. Strong communication for the 20-year-old goalkeeper. He's grown into this game, I think, after a couple of errors early on. Phillips with a lovely pass. Ayling plays it back to him. Tries to get past Henderson, but it's cut out by Fabinho. And Salah now to Mane, and Mane's through. And Koch is tracking back and has done very well to stop Sadio Mane in his tracks. But the clearance is cut out. It's Wijnaldum to Salah. Blocked. It's Mane again. To Robertson. To Salah. To Henderson. Nice turn finding Alexander-Arnold. Fabinho. And now Mane threads it through to Robertson, whose first time ball is collected by Meslier. Hour gone, and it's still 3-2 to Liverpool. But I think there'll be spaces opening up as Liverpool look for the second goal. It's Klitsch looking for Ayling. Back to Robin Koch. And Pascal Struijk, long pass, looking for Jack Harrison. And he's found him brilliantly. Looking to get past Alexander-Arnold, plays it back to Stuart Dallas. It's now Pablo Hernandez. Dallas is left brilliantly, great cross, but saved by Alisson. It's now back with Firmino, whose great turn and found Mane effortlessly. Salah to Mane. And that's Mane who spoons the shot. Exceptional team play from the front three of Liverpool. But in the end, Mane's shot was just really awful. It was a lovely turn by Firmino, who gets past Calvin Phillips effortlessly. Finds Mane. Salah to Mane. And then just on the edge of the D, Mane looks for the side foot into the top of the net and in fact, just finds an empty stand. And it will be Tyler Roberts to come on and Rodrigo Moreno. But I'm not sure for who yet. It's going to be for Pablo Hernandez, who I think has not been able to keep on it. And it's going to be for Patrick Bamford as well. So Tyler Roberts coming on. And Bamford, who did get Leeds' second equaliser, is going to come off for the debutant and record signing Rodrigo Moreno. Phillips loses out and Firmino. Liverpool on another counter-attack. It's for Salah. Poor touch and cleared by Pascal Struijk, who has also grown into the game, you have to say. I'll be honest, from this position, I can't really see Liverpool making too many changes at this point, because Fabinho is the only first-team player that's on the bench. The rest are all squad players that won't offer more than what's the first team have got. But Alexander-Arnold with the corner now. It's towards Van Dijk, but it's punched away by Meslier. As far as Joe Gomez. Trent Alexander-Arnold whips another one in, but it's headed out by the first man. Long header looking for Salah. Defended very well by Mateusz Klich. And it will be a throw to Leeds United, I think. The last time Liverpool didn't score 3 or more goals in an opening day fixture was in 2016. So this is something that Jurgen Klopp has always been set on doing, is making a statement. But I think this statement will be far more impressive than the last few seasons because of the the scoreline for the opposition, where they've earned themselves 2 goals. But you have to say the defensive contributions from Liverpool to those goals were substantial and seriously very poor from the likes of Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk, who were stalwarts in the team. Of course, Alexander-Arnold featured in every Premier League game last season, and Van Dijk didn't miss a minute for Liverpool. So you have to say those two causing those kind of defensive mistakes was is quite worrying, I think you have to say, if you were a Liverpool fan. But for Leeds, I think this is very promising. It's just the fact that they're playing the champions of England and their own defensive mistakes, to be fair. But a long pass looking for Harrison, I think, is cut out. And it will actually be Curtis Jones coming on. I can only assume for Jorginho Wijnaldum. And I'm wrong again, because he manages to keep his position somehow, as Curtis Jones makes another appearance. New shirt number for him. But he replaces Jordan Henderson, who's had 65 minutes and has looked really sharp. But I think this is the point where Liverpool might start to have far less possession and will genuinely start to concede more chances, because the way Henderson plays is he keeps Liverpool ticking. And so I just think that this is going to be a godsend for Leeds, and they're already starting. Helder Costa found on the right-hand side. He looks to sweep it in for Klich, who hits it and scores! Immediate! Brilliant finish from Mateusz Klich, and Leeds equalise. I do say Henderson controls the game for Liverpool, and as soon as he goes, Helder Costa with a lovely cross in, and Klich is totally unmarked in the middle of the box. And he feeds Costa at the beginning and just drifts. Wijnaldum doesn't mark him, Curtis Jones doesn't mark him, Fabinho doesn't mark him, and what a finish that is. Fantastic. 66 minutes gone, and Leeds equalise again. It's a great pass from Costa, actually, because it was along the ground, and it's flicked up by Klich, and a fantastic finish. And you think Leeds could bag a win. Their defending has been, for the most part, exceptional, but their attacking play has been, at times, electric. And on the counter, they're causing Liverpool a lot of problems. But Liverpool look for another immediate reaction. And it's Alexander-Arnold to Curtis Jones, dealing with Calvin Phillips now instead of Henderson. Mane in the box to Salah, hits a shot, Mane, but it's defended well. Harrison clears, looking for Rodrigo. It's Klitsch and Dallas, who's fouled by Salah in the end. It's a fantastic game to watch. And Leeds are putting Liverpool to the sword here. They're genuinely showing... I think what we saw on our podcast is that we said that quite a lot of the lower teams would just let Liverpool win. They just say, right, damage control, they'll get a goal, let's just not concede a lot. But I think when you have the confidence that the likes of Leeds have had against Liverpool, you can cause a lot of problems. And a high press is certainly working for them at the moment. But Joe Gomez on the ball, looking for a long pass towards Alexander-Arnold, who looked offside. No flag up yet. First time ball in, cleared by Struijk. Throw into Liverpool. It's going to be a tense 22 minutes. Dallas clears from the throw that looked for Salah. It's going to be Liverpool gaining ground. As I said, the man of the match will be announced in 22 minutes' time. If you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss before then, please comment below and I'll answer them when I can. But Firmino looks for a cross in. It looked like it hit a body. Rodrigo can't keep possession. It's back with Gomez and Jones. Shifts it for Alexander-Arnold. Gomez to Van Dijk. Every Liverpool player in the Leeds United half. There's a head injury now. Ayling's gone down. There's a clash of heads between him and Robin Cook. But I think he'll be okay. I think it was just the initial impact for the captain. I think he's all right. He's got up already. They have to do the routine head checks whenever a player goes down for a head injury nowadays, which is fantastic. I think it's something that has been introduced in the last couple years and has really improved the concussion checks we've had. Just having a look at that goal again from Mateusz Klitsch, and it's fantastic. Just brilliant technique. Alisson had no chance, and a brilliant goal. And it was, of course, Klitsch's 295th senior appearance. Only his 18th goal for Leeds, however. But he's set to make 300 this campaign. And you have to say, he started off on a great note. It's Joe Gomez. Salah to Mane. On the edge of the box, he cuts past Ayling. He hits a shot. It's blocked by Klitsch. Back to Robertson and Fabinho. Nice pass. Nice interplay between the two. Robertson again. Long pass in towards Mane. Headed out. But as far as Curtis Jones. Salah, in fact. Who blazes a shot with his right foot. Really, really high. Will be a goal kick. 19 minutes to go. It's a nice cross initially. And it's good defending to a degree by Robin Koch. But again, his header out is so short that it will fall to a Liverpool player. And it did fall to Salah on this occasion, but the shot was really poor. Goal kick, looking for Rodrigo, headed out by Gomez, but as far as Roberts, Rodrigo can keep possession. To an extent with Meslier. And he'll just leave it for his centre-back. And now Struijk. Ayling. Nice bit of play to find Ayling here. But he's clearing, looking for Rodrigo, it's headed out by Van Dijk for a throw. Leeds are looking, they've grown into the game. Liverpool have given them chances, they've taken their chances, and I think they'll be looking for the win. Here's Ayling now. Of course, one of the many players in this Leeds side that hadn't played Premier League football before, and so this is a fantastic debut, really, for the 29-year-old. Helder Costa, just fouled now by Fabinho, rather cynically, is one of the three in the starting 11 that has played in the Premier League. Jack Harrison's not one of them though, but he's on the ball now. Stuart Dallas to Roberts. Gets past Alexander Arnold, can't get past Curtis Jones. Alexander Arnold's clearance hits the Welshman, and it will be a throw to Liverpool. So this is a rather young Leeds side, just peppered with experience. The likes of Pablo Hernandez and Dallas and Ayling. Klitsch as well. But lots of young players, the centre-backs, the goalkeeper, Jack Harrison, Calvin Phillips. Of course, Tyler Roberts as well. Oliver Casey on the bench. Will be a free kick to Liverpool, though, after a foul on Sadio Mane. Could be a dangerous one on the right-hand side. Alexander Arnold's on the ball. He's placed it, but Robertson's there too. We'll see. I think it will be an in-swinging one from Alexander Arnold. Whipped in, cleared by the first man. But as far as Jones, headed out again. Gomez hooks it to Salah on the left-hand side. Firmino to Salah. It gets past Phillips. It's Firmino again on the edge of the box. In the box now. It's Jones. Looked like he was fouled. Referee says nothing. Nothing given there. Leeds are on the ball again. Ayling looking for Helder Costa. It's a really poor pass, and Robertson will keep that, but he hits it at Costa to win the throw. It was Firmino to Jones. I think he just gets... He doesn't really... There's not enough contact from Klitsch. And Liverpool keep possession now. Curtis Jones lost out now to Phillips, who clatters into his own player to give away possession. But Firmino's lost out now, and he's fouled Jack Harrison, and it's cynical, and it will be a yellow card to Firmino because he gave the ball away stupidly and gives away a dangerous free kick too. It was one he had to make, you have to say. It's one you'd expect him to make, but it is a dangerous one nonetheless. See who takes this. Looks like Ayling's placed it down, but I might be mistaken. It's actually Calvin Phillips and I think Rodrigo. It's going to be Phillips who hits it! And it's just wide. Very close effort from the England international. The now capped England international. Let's have a look at that again. It's just whipped it to Alisson's right post. And it's just wide. But I think Alisson probably would have had that if it was a yard in. Does guess the right way. Now Meslier, cleared by Van Dijk, but just up in the air really to Tyler Roberts. Hit long by Alexander Arnold, but with no real purpose other than to get the ball away, and it's recycled by Leeds. Phillips winning his header. Dallas, good bit of play to get past Jones initially, but loses out in a duel. Alexander Arnold back with the ball. Plays it back to Joe Gomez and Van Dijk. Poor pass, gives it away to Costa, but his touch permits Liverpool with the possession again. It's with Curtis Jones to Salah on the edge of the box. Looking to dance past Dallas. It's Wijnaldum. Hits it straight at Dallas, I think. Robertson now with the cross in. Cleared by Leeds. Will be a throw to Liverpool. Liverpool starting to throw bodies in. It's now Salah in the edge of the box. In the box now. Cleared by Klitsch. I think it will be a corner in the end. And Klitsch has gone down. I think he's run everywhere, Mateusz Klitsch, so you can forgive him for wanting to stay down for a little bit. Fantastic block, I think, from him, which stopped the Wijnaldum shot. But it's going to be a corner with Robertson taking it in, swinging. And it's a free shot for Van Dijk. But he's been ruled out for a foul by the Dutchman. And I think he's going to get a yellow card for dissent as well. That should be a yellow card for what he said. But actually, it's actually Curtis Jones who fouls, I think, Robin Koch. But he's just completely free again, Van Dijk. So, yeah, I think that is probably the right decision. But I think it's certainly one of the more controversial ones we've had on the opening day. Now, lost out by Roberts. It's Salah. Still Salah. Blocked by Roberts in the end. Fabinho clips it in for Mane. It's overhit. Goal kick. Nice idea from Fabinho, but still looking a tad rusty. Liverpool still only made the two substitutions. You could see them maybe bringing on Origi in a couple minutes. Maybe even Minamino. Say for Firmino, because he started well, but certainly dropped off in the last 30 minutes or so. But still plenty of time for Liverpool to get another lead. Still plenty of time for Leeds to do so too. But it's Alexander-Arnold now. Salah, back to Alexander-Arnold. On the edge of the box, finding Curtis Jones. Heavy touch, but recovers and finds Robertson. Back to Jones. Gets past one, finds Robertson, gets past another. Good bit of play. Back heel is deflected for a throw to Liverpool. And it's out for a throw to Leeds. And I think there will be a substitution. It will be for Leeds this time. Not sure who yet. It is going to be the number 46, Jamie Shackleton, coming on, making another debut in the Premier League. And it's going to be for Mateusz Klitsch, who got the all-important third equaliser for Leeds United. But he looks like he's run his race. He looked tired, and who can blame him? He's run everywhere. And it's going to bring on some youthful exuberance for the last 9 minutes of the game, plus extra time, added time even. And that's Leeds' third substitution. It's Joe Gomez. Shifting it to Salah. Great turn from Salah to get past Dallas. And he's going to get past... Couldn't get past Harrison this time. Alexander-Arnold whips one, but looks like it baffled the goalkeeper and could have gone in, but just over the bar in the end. Salah, who's had a brilliant game, you have to say. Mane, who's not really, and it is bit of a worry for Liverpool because obviously Mane would be the one that they have been reliant on really more than not. And he's there now, but it's defended well by Struijk to shepherd Mane off the pitch along with the ball for a goal kick. Of course, with football fans, there is going to be plenty of football over the next few days. Of course, West Ham playing Newcastle in just under an hour's time. West Brom are playing Leicester tomorrow, along with Sheffield United playing Wolves. And Chelsea will play Brighton on Monday night. And then you'll have to wait till the weekend, I'm afraid, for the next bit of Premier League action. But a bit of head tennis from the Liverpool players means they retain possession. Salah, unfortunately, trying to do a lot more than he was, but initially lost out, but recovers. And then a strong tackle from Dallas. Sees it be a Liverpool corner, throw-in even. Just 7 minutes to go till I'll make my man of the match. Until then, if you have any questions or suggestions or anything you'd like me to discuss, please comment below on the live chat and I'll answer them as soon as I can. It's Alexander-Arnold with the throw. Header by Firmino, loses out, and it will be a throw back to Leeds. I think a lot of people were questioning whether Leeds could survive in the Premier League, and I mean obviously they've made a massive statement so far in this game. Regardless of what the end score is, I think they've shown that they can, if they can compete against the best, why can't they compete against everyone else? But as I say, that Dallas just concedes a really sloppy throw-in. Really poor touch. But it's Alexander-Arnold for Salah. Looking for Jones. It's hassled by Phillips all the way and he loses out in the end to Struijk. It's Gomez with a lovely bit of skill now. But Roberts got a foot in. Concedes the throw. Alexander-Arnold will, of course, take it and find Firmino. Good bit of control from him. He's got past Struijk this time. Roberts now looking to get a foot in. Couldn't do so. Fabinho now. Curtis Jones cuts it back to Fabinho. Alexander-Arnold whips a cross in. It's headed out as far as Firmino, who hits one. It's deflected and deflected off target for a corner. It's headed out again. It's Robin Koku, whose header is straight to a Liverpool player. And Alexander-Arnold takes it short. Back in. Headed out by Struijk. And then the attempt by Robertson was really poor. And it will trickle out for a goal kick. Something for the FIFA players here. Leeds United with 3 shots on target and they've scored 3 times. Liverpool with 5 shots on target, of course scoring 3 times as well, but certainly be something that Liverpool will be unhappy about. Certainly something Leeds will praise themselves about, being so clinical. But it is back with Gomez and Liverpool will want the win. Of course, if City and United are going to be a game behind, so they'll have that to their advantage. Mane now, Firmino, it's blocked initially by Ayling, and fantastic defending again. He's got to do so much better, Roberto Firmino. It's great play from Salah and Mane. It's a great pass, and he just flicks it into Ayling. He flicks it into the one place the defender is. It's really poor from him. It's Robertson with the corner. Whips it in, looking for Van Dijk. It's deflected into him. It's cleared again by Leeds. And now Fabinho, great touch. He's brought down, penalty. It's another penalty for Liverpool. And it's Rodrigo, the debut player, who has conceded the penalty against Fabinho. It's a horror moment for him, and it's a really clumsy foul. And it's a chance for Liverpool to get the lead for the 4th time this game. And I think it will be Mohamed Salah to take the penalty. Head in his hands. Rodrigo. And it is going to be Salah to take this penalty. As I said, he's got a 100% record in the Premier League. 3 minutes to go, and it's going to be Mo Salah against Meslier. And Salah scores again, and that is a hat-trick for him. And it's another 4 goals for Liverpool on the opening day, and it is another lead for Liverpool. 88th minute, and Liverpool lead again, and it's again poor defending that's costing these teams goals, but sends the keeper the wrong way. And I really do think that even if he went the right way, he wouldn't have got there. It's a really good penalty from Salah, and Liverpool have the lead again. It's just Fabinho, great control from him, and just a really, really poor decision from Rodrigo. But Leeds have equalised 3 times. Can they do it in the dying minutes of this game? It is going to be Joel Matip to come on and seal the game off for Liverpool. I can assume for Roberto Firmino it's in fact going to be Alexander-Arnold, who of course would make sense because he has actually had those injuries and was risked for today. He is going to come off now, and I assume Joe Gomez will slot in as a right back. Cleared goal kick by Meslier, but it will be a Liverpool throw in the end after a really poor decision. But it looks like Liverpool are going to win this game. They obviously finished the first half 3-2 up. They might be finishing the second half 4-3 up. We'll see what Leeds can conjure in whatever's left of added time. And now it's Tyler Roberts even looking for Helder Costa, defended well by Robertson. It's going to be a throw to Leeds in a dangerous position. Ayling. Costa to Ayling, who looks to get past Mane. Has to track it back to Costa. Loses out. Whipped in by Phillips. It's towards Coke, but it's collected by Alisson in the end. It's going to be 4 added minutes now. Liverpool still plenty of time that they're going to have to hold this lead on to. Leeds have got plenty of time to find an equaliser again, but it's Curtis Jones at the other end. Plays it back to Fabinho. And now Robertson to Matip, who scoops it for Mane. It's headed back by Ayling. Man of the match for me. It's a difficult one because I would probably say Calvin Phillips because I think he's been fantastic. But I can't not give it to Mohamed Salah, who's got the hat-trick today. 2 penalties and a fantastic finish. All 3 fantastic finishes. And his overall play has been fantastic as well. And he's got Liverpool the lead 3 times in this game, and I can't not give it to him. But credit where credit's due. I think most of the Leeds team deserve a lot of praise. But nevertheless, it is Sadio Mane on the ball to Wijnaldum. Looks to burst past Shackleton and can keep the ball in the corner for the moment. And he wins a throw for his side too. Of course, Wijnaldum linked with the move to Barcelona somehow. Of course, if he does go, I think Liverpool will be looking to sign Thiago Alcantara, but of course have heavy competition with Manchester United, it would seem. Still plenty of time in the transfer window. Won't close in the Premier League till the 5th of October. There's plenty of time for deals to get done. You think of the likes of Liverpool, who haven't signed many players. United have only signed one. Arsenal still probably looking for a few. Now Leeds looking for a few bits of possession. Dallas hooking it clear. Roberts to Rodrigo. It's now Ayling looking for Costa. Look, there's 7 players back for Liverpool at the moment. They're defending defiantly right now. And Ayling now through to Roberts. Tracked by Robertson. Cuts it back. Whips across in now. Looking for Harrison. It's overhit quite poorly. And it will be a goal kick for Liverpool. That could be it with a minute to go. And this ding-dong battle really says a lot about both teams. It shows Liverpool still have a lot going forward, but their defence has not been strong, consistent, focused. Pick your description. But certainly Leeds have shown they can certainly compete at this level. And on a different day, they might have got a win. It's a foul now against Leeds. Matip having his first real action of the game, and it's a chance to get everyone forward. I think it will be probably the last kick of the game if it is to be. It's going to be taken long pass from Calvin Phillips. Opts against it, plays it short to Dallas, who clips it in now. Looks like a few were offside, headed out, cleared by Fabinho, and that will be it for the opening day for Liverpool and Leeds United, and it is Salah who proves the difference between the sides. Defensive errors galore for both Leeds and Liverpool, and Leeds, who probably deserved a point from this game at least, will go into the debut season, into their first season in the Premier League for such a long time on the back of a defeat, conceding 4 goals, but certainly not looking down and out like Fulham were earlier today. I think this is really positive for Leeds, but I think questions may be raised over Liverpool and whether they can retain the title this season. Of course, there's still 37 games left for Liverpool and Leeds, and we'll have to see how they fare for the rest of the campaign. We will be back for our watch-along next week for Manchester United's first game of the season against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or topics you would like for us to discuss on the next watch-along, please comment below on the YouTube video or perhaps on the Twitter or Facebook posts. And if you enjoyed this, please like this video, subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter for all of our content.